Sarah Mitchell lets herself exhale the moment she settles into the wide leather seat of 2A first class. Smells like citrus wipes and money, quiet, restrained, unbothered. The cabin door hasn't even closed yet, and already the world feels marginally less hostile. She slips off her heels, flexes her toes, and stares out the window at the slow choreography of ground crew below. For the first time in months, her shoulders unclench. The deal closed at 2:14 Singapore time, 9 figures, 3 years of negotiations, a room full of men who had underestimated her until the very last signature. She didn't celebrate, she never does. Winning is simply the absence of losing. But this flight home, this glass of champagne she hasn't touched yet, this is her quiet acknowledgement that she survived another war. Being an executive vice president means never being allowed to relax in public. It means excellence isn't impressive, it's expected. It means one misstep becomes evidence, not error. Sarah has learned to carry that weight with posture and poise, to armor herself in calm. She earned this seat. She paid for it herself. No favors, no upgrades, no explanations owed. Then Derek appears. He's smiling, but it doesn't reach his eyes. There's something practiced about it, like a customer service mask worn too tightly. He doesn't greet her the way he greeted the white couple across the aisle. No welcome aboard, no warmth. "Ma'am, I need to see your boarding pass again." Again. She blinks once, then reaches into her tote. The leather creaks softly, expensive, well-worn. She hands him the pass without hesitation. She's been stopped before. Hotels, stores, boardrooms. This is familiar territory. Derek studies the pass longer than necessary, turning it over as if expecting invisible ink to betray her. His brow furrows, his voice lifts, just enough. "This seems irregular. First-class tickets are quite expensive. Are you sure you didn't accidentally get upgraded?" The word accidentally lands like a slap. Conversation drains from the cabin. A fork pauses Medea. Someone clears their throat. Sarah feels it instantly, the shift, the attention, the silent calculation happening behind strangers' eyes. Who does she think she is? How did she get here? She is acutely aware that she is the only black woman in first class. Her pulse kicks, but her voice doesn't waver. "I purchased this ticket myself. There's no mistake." Derek doesn't apologize. He doesn't smile. He gestures to Marcus instead. Marcus arrives with the authority of someone used to being obeyed. He doesn't introduce himself. He doesn't look at her face, just the boarding pass, briefly, dismissively. "We've had issues with fraudulent tickets," he says, loud enough now that no one can pretend this isn't happening. "You'll need to move to economy while we verify." Verify what exactly? Her existence. Phones come out, subtle at first, then openly. A ripple of whispers spreads, thinly veiled judgment cloaked as curiosity. A white man in a tailored blazer shakes his head. "Just go to economy, don't hold up the flight." Another woman pulls her purse closer, her eyes darting to Sarah's hands. Sarah feels the heat behind her eyes and refuses to let it surface. Crying would be a gift. Anger would be framed as guilt. She has learned this math by heart. She stands slowly, deliberately, as if every movement is being scored. She gathers her laptop, her coat, her dignity, what remains unchallenged. She meets Derek's eyes, then Marcus. "You'll regret this," she says quietly. They smirk. To them, she's already gone. Another problem managed, another woman put in her place. Economy is cramped and loud and indifferent. Knees press into her seat. A child kicks the back of it. Sarah stares at the seat in front of her until the plane levels out. Only then does she open her laptop. 47 unread emails. She deletes 3 without opening them, flags 2 for later, then she sees it. Final approval, Chief Operations Officer position. Her fingers still. She opens the email. By the time she finishes reading, the humiliation has burned away, leaving something colder, sharper. Resolve, clarity, purpose. Up front, Derek and Marcus clink plastic cups of champagne. "Handled that well," Marcus chuckles. "You can always tell." Derek laughs. "Yeah, people try anything to sit up here." Neither of them notices the way the cabin lights reflect off Sarah's screen as she begins drafting her first directive as COO. Monday morning arrives without drama. It doesn't need it. Derek hums to himself in the elevator at corporate headquarters, straightening his tie. Marcus told him this meeting was important, commendation level important. Apparently, someone noticed their attention to detail on Flight 447. Derek imagines praise, maybe a plaque, maybe a fast track to senior cabin supervisor. He's earned it, hasn't he? 3 floors above, Sarah Mitchell sits at the head of a long conference table, her posture immaculate, her expression unreadable. HR directors line one side, legal counsel the other. The screen at the far end plays muted security footage. Her humiliation unfolds in high definition. No one speaks. Sarah doesn't blink. She doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't curse. She asks questions, precise ones. She demands timelines, policy references, incident reports. And then she asks for more. The deeper the team digs, the uglier it gets. 7 similar incidents, 18 months, 6 passengers of color, 1 woman in hijab, 0 white passengers questioned under identical circumstances. Complaints logged, filed, buried. A black pilot recalls Marcus joking about keeping first class exclusive. A Latina flight attendant admits she was warned to stay quiet if she wanted shifts. A passenger from Flight 447 breaks down describing how small Sarah looked walking down that aisle. Facts pile up, patterns emerge, excuses disintegrate. Sarah listens, she takes notes, she builds something airtight. When Derek walks into the conference room, smiling, the air leaves his lungs. No Marcus, no applause. Just executives, lawyers, HR. Do you remember Flight 447? Someone asks. He nods, still confident. The suspicious ticket situation? Yes, we handled that professionally. A photograph slides across the table. Sarah Mitchell, official portrait, calm, commanding, unmistakable. Derek's mouth opens, nothing comes out. That passenger, the HR director says evenly, is Sarah Mitchell. Tomorrow, she becomes Chief Operations Officer. Silence. She will be overseeing all flight operations, staffing, policy enforcement, promotions, terminations. Derek swallows. And she's requested a personal meeting with you and Marcus, the director adds, 9 a.m. sharp. Derek finally understands what her words on the plane meant. You'll regret this. And for the first time in his career, there is no smile he can put on that will save him.